Taking control is a sign that everything is going to be okay. Or so we think. Sometimes letting go of control is the only way that life is going to be okay.
Manifest mindset with me.
Hello and welcome to Manifest Mindset by Affirm Afform Attract. Your place to come to when you need tips and advice when manifesting. We are an affirmation channel and you can find all our affirmation videos on YouTube. Hello and welcome everyone to Manifest Mindset with Affirm Afform Attract. How are you all doing today, this evening, this afternoon, wherever you are listening to Manifest Mindset? In this episode, I do want to talk about control, yes, and how we need to let go of it when we want to manifest. Now, we all know that we have to take control of our lives. We have to take action. We have to do all these things. And that's great. And yes, we do need to take control of our lives. And that kind of really means take affirmative action. You know, if you want to start a business, research the business and do all the things you need to do. You want to lose weight, take control of what you eat, take control of how much you exercise. If you want to go and you want to learn something new, take control in how you're going to do that. Usually that means, getting off your backside and taking steps and stop making excuses. Take back control of your life. However, when it comes to manifesting, it kind of works slightly differently. And how it works is we need to let go of the need to control because we believe if we have control, then it will come to pass when it comes to manifesting. But sometimes all we do is strangle our manifestations, and all we're ever doing is contributing to the fact that our manifestations are going to either be delayed or just not come at all, depending how much control you have on the manifestation that you want. Let me explain. So you've got your manifestation, you know what you want: new job, car, money, lose weight, health, wealth, whatever it is. You've got your manifestation there and you know what you want. And automatically we do the things that we need to do to get there: get fit, get healthy, all the rest of it, exercise, do a business plan, whatever it is that we need to get there. All of those things are fine because they're called actions or inspired actions. You get inspired, you get up one day and something says into your head, okay, now go on your computer and do this, or go down the road and do this, inspired action, when usually stuff comes from seemingly nowhere for you to go and do what you need to do to progress. But whilst we're on our journey and we're trying to manifest what we manifest, we can slip into a habit where our inspired action or our action turns into a slight obsession. We start to maybe overthink things. We start to think, okay, maybe if I try this or I try this, maybe that might help it. Or maybe if I try this and try that, that might help it. Now, in general, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're doing it in a relaxed state of mind, a abundant state of mind, the knowing state of mind, then that's absolutely fine. It's like, you know what, this is not really working. Let me just try it this way. That's fine. But when you are trying things to get what you want, coming from a desperate state, a frustrated state, that's when you are trying to control your manifestations and trying to dictate the way it comes to you through what you think it should come to you, because part of you that can't think any other way that it's going to come to you unless you do certain things. When that starts happening and your manifestations are not coming through, or you might just get little nuggets of it, frustrations start to build up and anger starts to build up and all the rest, and everything that's quite negative starts to build up. And then your mind starts to tell you, I don't think this manifestation is working. I don't think you're doing it right. And then you go into your own head and nothing positive is coming out from your brain, only negative thoughts. No focus is there. You've lost the focus. You lost what you want to do and what you manifest, which is, this is what I want. I know I have it, and you leave it alone. to a degree. When I mean leave it alone, you can still affirm, you can still script, you can still visualize, but I mean, you don't obsess over it. Now, you might have heard the term when people talk about putting your manifestations on a pedestal, and you need to take it off the pedestal. And what that means is, it's not in a positive way. What it means is that you're putting it so far up above everything else that you've become obsessed, and the obsession with it turns, unfortunately, not into something positive. It turns into something quite negative. Like, the more you want it, the more you're desperate for it, it can lead to you becoming more and more frustrated that you don't have it yet. As opposed to, you're going to focus on something, that's your main goal, and you've got it on a pedestal, so that's your main focus, your number one focus for the next week, 2 weeks, a month. And then you say, okay, that's where you are. This is things that I need to do. I'm going to do a business plan, or I'm going to set out a meal plan for myself, whatever your manifestation is. And then you're going to work towards it, and you're going to allow inspired action to come in. And all the while, I know I've got this. I know this is working out for me. Things always work out for me. You're saying your affirmations and whatever. And then that's fine. That type of putting your thing on a pedestal where it's a focus pedestal and not a desperate pedestal, that's fine. But the moment you start really kind of pushing it, you end up losing control, and you lose control of the way you think, you lose control of the way you're doing things, and then you try and gain back control by forcing even more of what you're doing, and then it just becomes a circle. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. You can always start again. You can step back. You can just demolish everything in your head, and you can always start again. So if you find yourself in a situation where you want to manifest something, especially something that's on a time constraint, you've got bills coming through, you need an extra cash, and you've got this coming through, it really does, it can be very frustrating, and you feel like you've got no other choice, but there's always a choice. And what you need to do is take a step back and just say, okay, I release everything, and just start again. Rewrite your affirmations in your head or script it. And what you do, you just take a more relaxed approach. Yes, I know. It's like, but I can't do that. I can't help it. I've got bills coming in. I've got people demanding letters. And one of the tricks that I found, because I was like, I want to be able to pay my bills on time. I don't want to miss a payment, or I don't want to be late. I don't want to ruin my credit score, and that started to become my focus and obsession. And it made me feel very uncomfortable. I mean, it didn't last very long, because as soon as I started to think like that, I did nip it in the bud straight away. So it wasn't something that I was thinking like that for weeks. But what would happen when these type of thoughts would come into my head, I'm like, no. I always have money to pay my bills on time. My bills always get paid on time, and I always have enough money to do it. So what's happening is, like, say for example, I want to manifest more money, whatever way it is, and that more money isn't coming, or like maybe in a bulk term or whatever, but things are happening that's kind of quote unquote freaking me out, like, I'll pay my bills here, or how am I going to do this? But once I take a step back and I said, no, everything's fine, everything works out, I always pay my bills on time, things are always working out. And to a degree, they actually do. And sometimes I look back and I'm just like, wow, how did all this happen? How did I manage to do all of this? Now, I haven't had an abundance of anything, but things have always worked out. Now, obviously, that's not the position you want to be in, yeah? You want to be in a position of abundance of whatever it is you want to, of your manifestation, and you don't want to be struggling. You don't want to be struggling from week to week, day to day. You don't want to spend your time affirming all the time just to get little snippets of survival, but and they're still struggling for the bigger picture. But sometimes, if that's all you can do where you are, start with that and stick with that. because it may not be exactly what you want, but if it's getting through, if it's getting you through the next day, the next minute, the next week, do what you have to do. Because let's face it, we all know what we need to do. We need to stop, trust the process, trust that whatever we want to manifest is already ours, and it is done. Once we think it, once we know what we want, it's done. It's already there. But our impatience or our desperation always seems to like say, yeah, but I want it like now, this second. And it's not always going to come now, this second. So you just have to hold on to that. So if all you can do is step back, take small manifestations. So like, okay, I want to manifest winning a huge amounts of money or getting a large sum of money of 10k, 20k, 30k, 50k, whatever it is, and it's not coming yet, and I know it's my fault because I keep wavering. My affirmations like, yeah, I'm amazing, I'm this, I'm that, and that, and the next day I'm like, oh, my life sucks, and then you're like, yeah, things always working out for me now. Then the next day, then break it down. Okay, you know what, I've got this bill coming up, I know that this bill's going to be paid. Just do something small. Yeah, because until you fully learn how to, or are able to give up control of what you want, it's always going to be a back and forth. So when you're not getting what you want fully, it's because you're wavering, you're not trusting the process. Part of you really do have faith it can happen because you've read and seen other people's success stories, but there's a little bit of you that it's fighting against reality and things happening. But come on, how many things have just happened to you over the years in your life before you even knew about manifestation, law of attraction, or law of assumption? And if you go back and you feel, oh my gosh, I affirm that, before you consciously knew what it was about. Things do and can happen. But what you have to do is just let go of control. And by letting go of control is stop focusing on what you want to manifest if the vibe that you're putting out is quite negative. If you're coming from a desperate state, don't get me wrong, I have manifested or affirmed stuff, and stuff has happened from a desperate state, but it's not something that you can do all the time. Like, who wants to go and live a life that you only manifest when you're in a desperate state? It's exhausting. You want to manifest with ease and freedom and just feeling like just relax. That's the life you want to manifest. Yes, you might have days where you're just like, I really need that money. Oh, and someone calls you and say, oh, you know what, I was thinking about you, do you want some money? Like, these things can happen, and you're like, yes, but you don't want to do that for the next bill or for the next week or the next month. You want something that's going to be flowing to you, coming to you consistently, but in a relaxed state. So what you have to do is you have to let go of trying to control your manifestations. Do not confuse you having an idea to do stuff with controlling it. So don't think that, oh, I've got to learn not to control my manifestation, so let me not take action. No, you still take action, but it's where that action is coming from. If it's coming from a desperate state, take a step back, take some time out, yeah, and then start again. Like, okay, you know what, this is what I feel like doing. I feel like I need to research this. I want to find out more about that. And you know what, I feel like I need to change this, or I need to change that. And when it's coming from a place of just general action, that's fine, because that's how life is. You tweak things, you do things, you let things go, you release things, you do what you can to get to where you go, and that's fine. But if you're coming from, oh my gosh, I haven't got it yet, I haven't got the subscribers yet, oh, what can I do? What are other people doing? And if you're coming from that, it's just going to prolong it. But if you're like, yeah, this is not picking up as much as I can, what can I do? Let me just see what other subscribers are doing, and see, or what other artists are doing, or other musicians are doing, or other writers are doing, to get noticed, to get things. What are they doing? How do they post on their social media? Or I'm really struggling to get rid of this belly fat or this arm fat. What exercises that people are doing, and what do certain doctors recommend to see what I can do? And then you go, and in your relaxed state, you find out. and then things will come. I promise you, things will come. But if you do it from a very, this belly fat's really my arm fat, I just can't lose it, I'm doing everything, I'm trying to eat all these things and I'm doing this exercise, nothing's working. Okay, let me if you do it from that, it's just gonna blow up in your face. Okay, so guys, please let go of control. And remember, sometimes it may not happen in a day. Sometimes these things are a practice that you need to keep in your mind for you to get better at it. So don't get frustrated if you want to manifest something, then you're taking a bad control of it. As long as you remember that, stop. Let me just dial it back and reset. Yeah, as long as you keep doing that, that's fine. So don't worry about it every time you want to manifest and it doesn't come. You eventually start going down the trying to control it. As long as you know and aware that you are doing it, you're also able to say, okay, no, I need to relax, I need to chill, everything is working out for me, I'm going to get exactly what I asked for, that is fine. And you take it from there. Anyway, guys, I hope this podcast has found you well and I hope it has been helpful. Is there anything that you struggle with when it comes to manifesting? Leave down in the comments section somewhere. Don't forget to go on my YouTube channel. I have affirmations there for you to listen to, and don't forget to, and that's Affirm Afform Attract, sorry. And don't forget to go on my Spotify, Affirm Afform Attract, where you can find some meditation music. So anyway, guys, until next time.